This is the Phillies POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
For the people on the podcast, I realize the open sounds a little weird, but seven home runs. And is it just me or they get longer as they went? Good Lord. 7. That is batting practice. Yeah, the Phillies hosted the Mets in game 2 of the series and gave them batting practice. And, oh, man, after that first inning, I was watching that Juan Soto fellow. I'm like, this lazy guy. This guy. And then he hits 2 home runs. Oh, my goodness. Great. He's still lazy, by the way. But anyway, oh, my goodness. 7. I can't. Good Lord. Welcome in. This is Locked On Phillies POSTCAST. I'm rather distraught. Sorry, I'm face palming. For the people on the podcast, again, I am just giving the top of my bald head to the camera time and time again as I face palm. That was terrible. That was just Mick Abel obviously didn't have it. And, it was crazy. The first inning, I'm watching Mick Abel, and I'm like, hey, good for him. Gave up the home run, but 25 pitches, got out of it. Got a little, lazy grounder to Otto Kemp at first base. Got out of that 25 pitches, gave the home run. But 1-0. Phillies can handle 1-0. No problem. They handle 1-0, and they did. They grabbed the lead in the bottom of the second inning there, 2-1. That was great. And then Mick Abel comes back out for the second inning. 1-2-3, done. Easy peasy. Third inning, problems. Back to back home runs. Lindor 406, Nimmo 369, and Juan Soto is first of the 2 he hit tonight. Same thing with Nimmo. That was the second for Nimmo, and then the first of 2 for Juan Soto there in the third inning. And I went, hey, I was really feeling good for Mick Abel. Got out of that jam in the first inning, settled in nice in the second, and then the third. Oh, look at this. Home runs galore. The hit parade for a Mets team that had been just struggling mightily over the last week plus. And there's the Phillies pitching staff to just go, yep, there you go. No problem. Basically, if you pitch for the Phillies tonight, let's get to it. 3 big things when you talk about the Philadelphia Phillies. Mick Abel, 4 home runs surrendered. Joe Ross, a home run surrendered. Hey, Tanner Banks, no home run. Jordan Romano, no home runs allowed. There you go. Good for you guys. You guys win a prize. Michael Mercado, home run. Taijuan Walker, big time whammy. Almost 200 pitches thrown tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies, 194 pitches thrown. Mets just jumped on everything. Not even mistake. Like, there were pitches, the curveball, I think it was, to Nimmo. Yeah, the second home run Nimmo hit. The first one was a fastball, middle of the plate, 1-0 pitch, belted. The second home run he hit was a curveball down and in that he just put a great swing on and put it over the right field wall. That was the way that one went down. And then Taijuan Walker just gave up a monster moonshot of a home run. So did Michael Mercado, 441 feet. This was just a terrible game by the Phillies. Terrible game. Kind of no matter how you slice it. All right, let's give you the player of the game here.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
The players of the game is everyone that played for the New York Mets and nobody that played for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
This one gets a little interesting. I've never seen this before. And originally I was full-blown rage mode over Nick Castellanos in his attempt to pursue a Francisco Lindor double to the right field corner, 2-run double to the right field corner. I originally thought Castellanos overran it and the ball one-hopped the fence and then ricocheted back. The original camera angle, that's what it looked like. Then when they showed the overhead view of it and it showed that it hit high off the wall, but still Castellanos had no idea where the ball was as it was approaching the right field corner. I was a little less rageful, but still pissed off, if that makes sense, okay? He runs under the like the ball was arcing over his head as he continued to run under it. Like he was jumping rope or something. And he's running to the corner, totally loses it. Ball hits off the top of the wall, ricochets back in, 2-run score. Now, in this moment, he had no chance to catch the baseball. He had an opportunity to field it off the wall cleanly if he recognized what the hell was going on. I doubt they're saving 1 run in that situation. Both runs probably still score on the play. But that was the moment in the 6th inning. It just went, yep, 100% not there tonight. 100%. It was a 5-4 game. Francisco Lindor's 2-run double made it a 7-4 game. And I thought, if that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen tonight, it's over. It's not the Phillies' night. And then that even became compounded when JT Realmuto led off the bottom of the 6th inning with a single. They took Canings out of the game. Brabazan came in. Brazoban came in. There you go. Stott strikes out. Kemp gets hit by a pitch. You have first and second, 1 out. Marsh flies out to center field, but JT Realmuto is able to tag you at first and third, 2 outs. Trey Turner, big moment for him. He's up in the count 3-0. I'm going, here we go. Let's get something going. Get the runs back, baby. Let's make this a crazy game. And he didn't. He rolled over 1. And I'm thinking if he loads the bases, then you got Kyle Schwarber coming up. And then at that moment, that was really the 6th inning to me was the complete turning point of the game. Because I would have really loved to have laughed at the Mets at this point, who had only hit, I believe that was only 5 home runs in the game at that point. I would have loved to have laughed in their faces if they find a way to blow a game that they lose, allowing where they get 5 home runs. That'd be a good laugher. And unfortunately, it was a laugher in favor of the Mets, is the way that one worked out tonight. As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow,
this is what you'll be talking about.
7 home runs is what you're going to be talking about. Also, I mentioned the turning point. Here's what I knew. It was forget about the turning point. Here's what I knew the white flag was going up the pole. The white flag. Oh, Michael Mercado's in the game. 441 home run. Michael Mercado's in the game. Home run. What do you know? Taijuan Walker. I don't even know what I forget. I think he threw a looping curveball there to whoever the heck it was. The last home run. Alvarez. That's who it was. 452 home run. 452-foot home run that he hit off of Taijuan Walker. I think it was a curveball that he got a hold of. Just annihilated that baseball. Oh, it was a splitter. The splitter hung up at 89 miles per hour. Okay. Either way, this is one of those losses for the Phillies that they have to flush immediately. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you about what needs to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow is a huge concern. Look, I didn't think the Phillies were going to sweep the Mets. I knew the Mets weren't playing great baseball. It was a great win the Phillies had in game 1, one of the most exciting plays of the season with the 2 runs scoring with Castellanos and Realmuto and all that, and Phillies winning that game handily and all that. But I never felt like the Phillies were going to sweep this series. The Mets are too good a team to be that bad for so long. And now the Phillies they look, I don't believe in must wins when it's not September or October, but just in terms of morale for the clubhouse, the city of Philadelphia, you can't play 6 games against the Mets and only win 1. And that's what tomorrow is going to be about. And that's going to be Sunday Night Baseball in front of the entire country. Nationally televised game, much like tonight. And a lot to get into when it comes to what needs to go down tomorrow. And the guy that's on the hill for the Phillies tomorrow has certainly had his issues as of late, has not been the sharp Jesus Luzardo that we have seen. Needs to turn that around, and tomorrow is the best possible time to do that. We'll talk about that when we return. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Let me take a break here and tell you about Wonderful Pistachios, because I could certainly use some Wonderful Pistachios, a nice snack, something delicious to make me feel better about this loss by the Phillies. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts available. Each 1-ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, you're packed right there. That's fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help you keep feeling fuller for longer. the Green Wonders. Pack the protein punch. No shell variety there of the wonderful pistachios. The great grab-and-go snack that they are. They're fantastic. Now, if you like the no-shell variety, enjoy. If you like the shells, who am I going to tell you that did not eat shells? Come on, who am I to tell you that? Get snacking and maybe get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. That's wonderfulpistachios.com. How exciting, you guys, for the NBA Finals. Tip it off tomorrow night. Game 7, 8 o'clock. Get in on all the action with FanDuel. Oklahoma City favored by 7 points over the Indiana Pacers. That game, of course, in OKC. Who do you got in Game 7? Log on to FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com. And how about this? If you're new to FanDuel, you log on, you make your first $5 bet, and if it wins, you get $200 in bonus bets with FanDuel. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live during the game with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have even more ways to play smart and win big. So again, new to FanDuel, perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. And if it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Before I get into the chat check, let's talk about our boy Jesus Luzardo. He'll go against David Peterson, left-handed pitcher, 5-2 in the season. He only has a 2.60 ERA, so that's great. Jesus Luzardo, 5 innings of 2-run baseball against the Miami Marlins before his manager decided to leave him in there, even though he was out, just out of anything. He walked 2 batters. Both batters scored when he was taken out of the game. I think that was courtesy of Tanner Banks. And he comes into this one after a 5-inning, 4-run performance. Now, after allowing 20 earned runs in 2 starts, he settled down. He allowed 1 run against the Cubs in a 6-inning performance. Then, after 5 innings of 2-run baseball, was charged for 4 in total over 5 innings. So I don't know who shows up tomorrow, what version of Jesus Luzardo. But the last time he pitched at Citizens Bank Park, he was back on track. So what I'm going to be crossing my fingers for tomorrow is that Jesus Luzardo has life on that fastball. His breaking pitches are there every step of the way for him. And then I'm also going to hope that David Peterson, the left-handed pitcher there for the Mets, just doesn't have the good stuff. Did face the Phillies earlier in the season in that April series. That's the one that went 10 innings. He went 5 1/3, allowing 2 runs, 8 hits. Phillies hit him, but didn't get hits with runners in scoring position. They only struck out twice in that start against them. So if you get 8 hits this time, they make them well-timed. Let's put it that way against David Peterson. Let's see what you guys have to say about this Phillies loss tonight. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that some Mets fans are going to creep in here eventually. Morgan Landy, is Mick tipping pitches? I didn't see anything that jumped out. What I noticed was a lot of flat fastballs. Lindor teed up on a fastball 3-1 pitch that he lined out to Castellanos. Castellanos made a great. Remember that sliding catch he made in right field in the first inning that was like 10 hours ago? And then Nimmo hit the fastball that was up. Again, that was flat. Lindor hit a fastball, 3-2 fastball. Again, like all these pitches look flat. Nimmo's was a curveball I mentioned earlier, 3-2 fastball to Soto. He kept on getting into full counts where guys can jump on pitches. So, yeah, you're going to throw a 3-2 fastball, unfortunately, and guys are going to try to tee off on it. And he was donezo after that. A lot of hard hit contact, unfortunately. Ken, Citizens Bank Park giveaway tonight. Apparently it was solo home runs, but only for the visiting team players. At least the body behind home plate was asleep by the 4th inning. Oh, the baby. Sorry. Squinting. The baby behind home plate was asleep by the 4th inning. I couldn't imagine taking a baby to a ball game, like at any point. Like that's zero judgment. I'm just talking about me. I know I have friends that have done it. That's not for me. That's not for me. But the baby looked like it was enjoying a nice bottle. Had the earphones, for sound dampening, I think. Good Lord. Farzi can't bench the bar. Farzi, why was Mick Abel throwing batting practice day? I think just because he wanted to be nice to the Mets, be a good host, I guess. It was terrible. Oh, Evelyn. Yep, nail on the head. What a disaster. Just ugly. Philly at 8. I hate nationally televised games. Davis, Smoltz, Rosenthal. all trying to out-stupid each other, and they all won. The last problem I had tonight was with the broadcast. I will say this, though. A weekend series against the Mets, we don't get to hear, like, Kruk break it down. We don't get to hear T-Mac. Like, a weekend series against the Mets, I'd like to hear my own guys on a television broadcast. I wish it was a feature where you could put on your own broadcast during a game, like, put it in Spanish. You could put it in your home broadcast. I know you can turn up the radio, but I'm not going through all the trouble. Buried by gopher balls tonight. Jess Patrick, you're absolutely right. Anti-Bland, I think it's funny, but I'm not putting it up. Tommy Shrove, what's up, buddy? I would like to say Abel was tipping, but that was 4 of the 7, so not sure. Yeah, the Mets the Mets were bound to break out of it at some point. And, of course, it's going to be against the Phillies. Mikey B, it's like Walker wants to lose. He's not even trying to pitch. It did not look good. Jem, what's going on? That was not the start we needed to showcase Abel for the bullpen trade deadline, right? RF Mick was really nervous. Certainly looked like it. Greg Hughes, trade Mick Abel? Well, good luck now. I like the attitude, though. Oh, God. John, so help me. So help me. If Rob Thompson comes out after the game, and I know exactly what you mean, John. If Rob Thompson comes out after the game and he goes, I actually thought Mick pitched really well tonight. I love when he does that. Like when Jesus Luzardo lost his stuff at the end of the 5th inning and Rob Thompson said, I thought he looked really good. I mean, he was missing, but he wasn't missing by a lot. Like, yeah, but he was missing throughout the entire game. I think it was 95 pitches, I think it was, against the Marlins. Oh, let's put him back out there. Greg Hughes, look, that was a terrible play by Nick Castellanos. No bones about it. I don't think it mattered. Like, I think both runs would have. Like, look, was it a bad play by him? Absolutely. I think even if he looks up, reads that play, takes the step back from the wall, and gets it off the carom, I still think 2 runs are scoring on that play. But bottom line is he's got to have a better angle on that ball. No doubt about it. He's got to have a better angle on that ball. He made the great catch in the 1st inning. Really tried in the, I want to say, 7th inning to get to that foul ball. 8th inning, he tried to get to that foul ball, and it just bounced out his mitt. It was terrible. And look, I heard Smoltz on the broadcast be like, this ball had a lot of run on it. That ball. I'm like, I don't care. He should still find out where the hell the ball's going. He was so lost. Like, if you would have told me, watch this guy, is he blindfolded in pursuit of this ball or not? I would be like, I can't tell you. I don't even know. I got to see his eyes. Oh, he's not blindfolded, but he ran like he was blindfolded. Crazy. What's up, Crazy? We're going to wait until after the break to go. Yeah, they are. Joel, what's going on? This team has 0 shot. I mean, negative shot. If the starter can't go 6, Michael Mercado should refuse to play at this point. I've never seen someone so bad last in the league as long. I mean, he hasn't been around. I mean, he's been in AAA more than anything. I think he had like 8 games last night, but I get your point. He's terrible. Polar Buck, I'm honored. Thank you so much. Farzi, I'm so glad you do this. You always comment what I feel, face palms and all. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. That's why I'm here. I am here to react genuinely to these games, which I feel as a kid who grew up here is exactly how a lot of you guys are reacting to these games. And look, I could scream, I could yell, I could be pissed off. But like tonight, it was just bad. Like, I don't think Mick Abel was out there be like, what? You thought that last home run was long? Wait till I throw this grapefruit. Like, I don't think he's trying to do it. But this team was just terrible tonight. I mentioned the 1 inning there with Trey Turner that he got up to the plate. Runners on 1st and 3rd, 2 outs in the 6th inning, and he had a 3-0 count. And I'm thinking, just get on base. Load the bases, let Kyle Schwarber come up to the plate. At that point, you get I'm for a grand slam here, okay? But you're talking about an 8-7 lead all of a sudden. Like, that would have been killer. And obviously that didn't happen. Trey Turner, he swung at a 3-1 changeup down to the zone, I think it was. And he just topped it and grounded out the second. And that was that. But it could have been ball 4, but it was close, and I don't mind Trey Turner swinging a bat, so there you go. There was another instance, though, that the Phillies had a really good opportunity to score, and they came away with not a much. First inning, they got 2 runs. First and second, 1 out in the 3rd inning. Mets just had the big top of the 3rd inning, that the 3 straight homers. Bowman worked a 1-out walk. Castellanos worked a 1-out walk. First and second, 1 out. Kepler flew out to center field. Real Muto grounded out to 3rd. A couple of hard hit balls in that inning. Kepler, I think, took it to the warning track. And then, how about this? Final out in the 8th inning, after Stock ran it into the 4-6-3 double play, then was overturned. Good hustle by Bryson Stott. Otto Kemp hit a long fly ball, deep center field. I could tell the way he threw the bat, I was like, he thinks this is gone. This might be his first big league home run, and it wasn't. It died on the warning track, and that was that. But yeah, anyway, I tell you this, Polar Buck. I feel how you feel. Charles Pappas, that's what you call a big league offense. Back-to-back-to-back should not happen at home park. I agree. Chad Crawford, Dave Dabrowski, wake up! Bullpen sucks. It does suck. Philly Nate, honestly, Farzy is the best therapist money could buy. I would pay this man double what I actually pay my actual therapist. I'm honored. And I bet, guess what? I didn't go to school for more than 4 years. I just went 4 years of college, and I was like, yeah, no more. Master's degree? Are you kidding me? I got my master's degree in kindergarten when I went for the 2nd time. Thank you very much. Statcast says Castellanos is 32nd ranked right fielder. Okay. Mikey B, I don't blame that miss catch on Castellanos had. That was a weird fly ball. It was. I'm not fully raging over it because I don't really think it mattered. I don't think he's preventing a run from happening. He's not preventing Francisco Lindor to get to second base, and he's not preventing, with 2 outs, a runner scoring from second when by the time that ball hit the wall, I think I forget who was on first in that situation. Alvarez, maybe? Mauricio. I don't think he's already around second base. It would have had to be played perfectly off the wall. Farzy, no one going to be watching, though, with Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I think you'd be surprised, Lady Rockets. I think you'd be surprised. Danny C., what's going on? Farzy, if you're a realist that this team isn't a championship team, a playoff team, yes. Okay, we agree on that. But not a World Series team. Dave Dabrowski should be gone next year if they don't add. But absolutely. If the Phillies make the playoffs, and I think you're saying that as well. I think we're on the same page there, Danny C., but not a World Series. Look, let me explain something here. Let me get this out. Yes, I do love the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. Second, as a kid who grew up here, love the Phillies. But as a realist, I see the Phillies as being a team that's going to make the playoffs. But even if the Phillies swept the New York Mets in this series, and each game was 10-0 in favor of the Phillies, I still wouldn't believe that the Phillies are going to win the World Series because this team haunts me. All right. This particular core of this team haunts me. All right. I can't, and if you've heard me say this before, it's the same rant, but here it is again. I can't watch a team hit 5 home runs in a World Series game and then get no hit the next day. Okay. That's called trust issues. That's where I need a therapist. Okay. I can't watch a team be 1 win away from pushing the Diamondbacks aside and have leads, and then we'll see a manager give the ball to Craig Kimbrell as many times as he did in that series, and then come home and then lose that advantage that you had in an NLCS. And then I sure as hell can't watch a team and have trust in them when I see them beat the Dodgers, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7 times last year, and then 2 out of 3 this year, just for the record, and then lose to the Mets in the postseason in embarrassing fashion. So I don't trust this Phillies team as far as I can throw them. You understand what I'm saying? Trust issues. Timmy, hello. Farzi chat check, more like chin check. Sign the contract and meet me in the octagon, bro. Okay. Yeah, I'm more of a boxer. Thank you, Timmy. Appreciate that. This is the Mets chat. We own you just like we ended your season last year. I knew it. Bilbo Swaggins, again, great name. I'll say it every time. This was a fluke. Everything is fine. I'm not worried at all. Neither am I. I feel great. I feel great. Tommy Shrub. Cassie looked like an 8U right fielder on that play. Yeah, not great. I mean, I'm not looking, Tommy Shrub, I'm not looking for Buddy Kennedy to be like the savior. You know what I mean? Get rid of Stock. Get rid of Kepler. The last thing I'm worried about tonight is offense. Like, I understand that these guys, look, I'm still not a Max Kepler fan. I know he's done a lot better as of late, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Mike, what's going on? Sometimes it isn't your night and the other team has your number. It happens. Well, it seems to happen a little too often there with the New York Metropolitans. Folks, I will be back with you guys tomorrow night. If you are watching the NBA Finals, maybe that game will be, 30-point lead by OKC. I don't know. I doubt it. I think Pacers are going to put up quite a fight, but I think OKC wins it. How about that? Phillies and Mets back at it tomorrow night, 7 o'clock in South Philadelphia. That game will be on ESPN. David Peterson, the lefty, goes against Jesus Luzardo, hon. 7 o'clock, South Philly. I'll be back with you guys after that one. Until then, have a great rest of your night. My name is Mark Farzetta. This right here is the Locked On Phillies postcast. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I got you covered after each Phillies game with your Locked On Phillies postcast. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Pick up the pieces tomorrow. See you then.